Hey, so my subject today is about relationships. I've actually been hearing about this topic quite a lot lately about relationships in either business relationships or in boyfriend and girlfriend relationships or even in marriage relationships. I've just been hearing a lot of ups and downs and a lot of conversations about what is a perfect relationship, or what do you define what a perfect relationship is. So I just kind of wanted to go down into some details and talk about relationships. So number one that comes to my mind is communication. Like, seriously, guys, like, oh my God, how hard is it to communicate? How hard is it to communicate with your loved ones? It shouldn't be that hard, honestly. But for some reason, one thing that I've noticed that a lot of women usually are the ones that are always asking questions, not necessarily annoying the man, but they're always just so curious. Like, hey, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Like, where are you going? In a sense of, because the man usually never communicates. Or even if there's a problem in the marriage or in a relationship, either it's financial or it's going to a certain vacation, or maybe not enough quality time together, or even not even just being honest with one another. Usually communication is always the key to either break a relationship or make a relationship. So I feel like communication is the number one thing that a couple should always do, is communicate. Don't you guys agree? Because if you guys don't have that communication, I mean, like, who are you talking to? You know? I mean, isn't that person that you are with, isn't that like your loved one where you want to tell them everything you're thinking about? What's going through your life? Either it's business related, or even if it's just friendship related, or something that's personally going on deep inside of you. It could be something emotional. It could be something either heartbreaking, whatever that might be. I feel like with a relationship, number one thing that you should possibly always do with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife is always communicate. Don't you think so? I personally think so. That is the most important thing that keeps a relationship together, is communication. And the second one thing is connection. Okay, guys, let's talk about connection here. Don't you guys personally think that connection is the number one thing that keeps a couple going? Besides, obviously, communication, love, and like, obviously, you cherish the other person, but that connection, that passion, that love, that, oh my God, I can't wait to come home and see you and like attack you in a sense, like that connection is so important. It's so important. Whatever that might mean to you, but for me, connection is knowing that your man is obviously the only person that you love and cherish and you want to be with for the rest of your life, and or vice versa. And like that connection that you guys build within one another, well, it's actually organic. But I feel like no matter what you do, like no matter how long you guys are together, it's something that you always have to work on, You always have to work on this connection, because you always, after like 10 years of being together with someone, that connection is not always there. And I feel like you always have to water it. Like bring flowers, bring some kind of words of affirmation, bring some kind of love and some kind of cherish and love and peace and kindness into the relationship. Go out to dinner, go out on dates. Go out and get her some flowers, bring that connection back into the relationship. I feel like that's so important. When you bring that connection back into the relationship, it makes it very magical. Don't you think so? I think so. I mean, it's very simple. It shouldn't be that difficult, honestly. I mean, after being in a relationship for a very long time, I understand the fact of connection doesn't normally always is there, or love is not always there. It's not a lust. I feel like every single time you're with someone, you always have to work on your happiness, and you always have to bring that love into the relationship, because love ultimately is not only just a feeling, it's something that you always have to work on a daily day basis. You always have to work on your relationship with connections, with communications, and with love, and with lots of sex. Sex is something that bonds a couple together, you know? Sex is one of those things that no one really talks about, but I feel like sex is something so important, because sex is one of those things that keeps a couple so intertwined together. It's one of those things that you guys feel so powerful and so connected to one another, because here you are, you're so excited to see each other and you guys connect, and it's like you guys never left. Even if the couple are apart for a few weeks or a few months or a few years, whatever that may be, I feel like sex is a very big portion of a relationship, because it's that bond. It's that bond that keeps a couple just so intertwined with one another. So I think that's just so important, and appreciating one another. Another thing is you have to appreciate one another onto another level, where no matter what that person does for you or you for him, or whatever, vice versa, it's never expected. You should never expect anything from the other person, but you should consciously know, like, hey, if my wife likes flowers, if her love language is being with you, if her love language is, you know, obviously words of affirmation or connection, dude, give that to her. You know her love language. You should know that love language. And for her, for instance, if she knows physical touch is your love language, she should be able to give you that connection of being physically connected with you, you know, because that is your love language. If it's respect, or if it's just being around you and being next to you and just telling you, hey man, I respect you, you're the most amazing man in the world. I feel like that connection, and you have to know that love languages from each other. You have to. There's a book about it. You should read it, The 5 Love Languages. You have to know what these 5 love languages are. You have to know. You have to know your spouse. You have to know your partner. You have to know your relationship with your significant other. It's a must. Because if you don't know that, you don't know how to communicate with them. You don't know if they love gifts, and all of a sudden you just keep giving them flowers, and the flowers don't mean anything, or compliments don't mean anything, but then they want, you know, some kind of little gift of some kind of anything, and you're not just speaking their love language. So I think it's very important that you are always aware and you're always present with the other person, that you know what their love language is. It's very important. And that you appreciate the other person for everything that they do for you. Something so small as bringing a cup of coffee into your bed. Hello, I'm one of those. If you bring me a cup of coffee in my bed while I'm still sleeping, the one thing that I'm always, every single morning, grateful for is that smell of cup of coffee, the fresh cup of coffee in the morning. That is me. It has my name written all over it. But something so simple changes everything. And for men that have children, the one thing that I know about women is that when men when they have children and their wife is tired, dude, just take a few moments and wash those dishes. Take care of those kids. Take them out. Let the wife sleep at home. Enjoy yourself. Give her a spa day. Just something so little like that, your wife is going to fall in love with you all over again. All over again. It's just something so simple as washing the dishes, or even taking your kids out to the park for a few hours where she can just relax and be herself. Is the most powerful thing you could ever do for your wife. And she will appreciate you no other way. No, she will appreciate you even more. Trust me, that's just how it works. It's funny how that is, but it's just something so little and so simple, and it's just so beautiful. The next thing is, obviously, is respect. So I believe that you guys should definitely respect one another on a whole different level. So she respects you for who you are. You respect her for who she is. And that level of respect should always be there, no matter how long you guys have been together, because that's something that's going to last for a very long time. And I believe that respect towards one another, I mean, you guys will grow together. You guys will have dreams together. You guys will have the same visions together. You guys are going to grow to the next level together, because you guys have that ultimate respect for one another. You treat each other with respect. And you obviously, if you treat that person with respect, you're going to get the same thing back. That's just how it works. Having that full respect towards one another is just beautiful, okay? Beautiful. And sharing the same goals and dreams. Okay, guys, let's talk about that. I think that's so important in a relationship. Having the same goals and dreams. Okay, we are two individual peoples, yes. I'm my own, he is his own. I completely understand that we both have our own goals in life, right? But my thing is, even if you guys have your own separate goals, you guys should still have one vision together. It's like, where are you going? Where are you going? What kind of empire do you want to build? What is it that you guys are striving for? What is that? Is it to build some sort of empire together, some kind of charity together? Is it some kind of, I don't know, is it some kind of, it's just some kind of business you guys want to do together? You know, it's just that one common goal is going to keep you guys together on a whole different level. Because yes, you guys have your own thing, but still when you guys do something together, there's something so magical being together than being separate, especially when you're in a marriage. Marriage keeps people together so beautifully, and then they strive for the best success in the whole wide world together because they strive for the same common goal, the same vision, the same goal to achieve and build that empire together. So I personally believe, I love relationships. I believe relationships are our future. Yes, you can be single, you can do, hey, whatever rocks your boat. But for me, I personally believe when there's two people together in a greater vision together, they can conquer the world and they can build an empire and they can do so many great things together. And I admire couples that stick around for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. And on their deathbed, they say, babe, I would do it all over again. Don't you? Okay, well, these are my thoughts. I hope you guys like them. And please share, comment below. Let me what you think. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. My name is Natalia, and I'm so excited I got to connect with you. Bye.